Good morning. Thus spoke Zarathustra. Chapter number 13. The Sublime Ones. Calm is the bottom of my sea. Who would guess that it hides droll monsters? Unmoved is my depth, but it sparkles with swimming enzymes and laughters. A sublime one saw I today, a solemn Solomon one, a, a, a penitent of the spirit. Oh, how my soul laughed at his ugliness with unpraised breast, and like those who draw in their breath, thus did he stand, the sublime one, and in silence, o'erhung with ugly truths, the spoil of his hunting, and rich in torn raiment. Many thorns also hung on him, but I saw no rose. Not yet had he learned laughing and beauty. Gloomy did this hunter return from the forest of knowledge, from the fight with wild beast returned he home, but even yet a child, even yet a wild beast gazes out of his seriousness, and unconquered wild beast as a tiger does he ever stand on the point of springing, but I do not like those strained souls. Ungracious is my taste towards all those self and engrossed ones, and you tell me, friends, that there is to be no dispute about test and testing, but all life is a dispute about test and testing. Test that is weight at the same time, and scales, and and wear, and alas for every living thing that would live without dispute about weight and scales and waiter. Should he become weary of his sublimeness, this sublime one, then only will will his beauty begin, and then only will I taste him and find him savory, and only when he turns away from himself will he o'erleap his own shadow and verily into his sun. For too long did he sit in the shade, the cheeks of the penitent of the spirit became pale. He almost starved on his expectations. Contempt is still in his eye. Contempt is still in his eye, and loathing hides in his mouth. To be sure, he now rests, but he has not yet taken rest in the sunshine, as the ox ought he to do, and his happiness should smell of the earth, and not of contempt for the earth. As a white ox would I like to see him, which is smoothing and lowing, walks before the plowshare, and his lowing should also loud all that is earthly. Dark is still his countenance, the shadow of his hand dances upon it. Shadowed is still the sense of his eye. His deed itself is still the shadow upon him. His doing obscures the doer. Not yet has he overcome his deed. To be sure, I love in him the shoulders of the ox, but now do I want to see also the eyes of the angel. Also his hero will has he is still to unlearn, and exalted one shall he be, and not only a sublime one, the e- the ether itself should raise him, the willless one. He has subdued monsters. He has solved in enigmas, but he should also redeem his monsters and and enigmas into heavenly children should he transform them. As yet has his knowledge not learned to smile and to be without jealousy. As yet has his gusting passion not become calm in beauty, not in not in subtly shall his longing cease and disappear, but in beauty. Gracefulness belongs to the mu- munificence of the magnanimous. His arm across his head, thus should the hero repose. Thus should be also overcome his repose. But precisely to the hero is beauty, the hardest thing at all. Un, Unattainable is beauty by all ardent wills, a little more, a little less. Precisely this is much here. This it is the most here to stand with relaxed muscles and with unharnessed will. That is the hardest of all of you, you sublime ones. When power becomes gracious and descends into the visible, I call such con- condescends beauty, and from no one do I want beauty so much as from you. You powerful one, let your goodness be your lost self conquest. All evil do I accredit it to you. Therefore do I desire of you the good. I have often laughed at the weakling who think themselves good because they have crippled paws. The virtue of the pillar shall you strive after, more beautiful more beautiful does it ever become, and more graceful, but intentionally harder and more sustaining the higher it rises. Yes, you sublime one day shall you also be beautiful, and hold up the mirror to your own beauty. Then will your soul thrill with divine desires, and there will be adoration even in your vanity. For this is the secret of the soul. When the hero has abandoned it, then only approach it in dreams, the superhero. Thus spoke Zarathustra.